Hi, Tatum.
Hi, Juju.
How are you today?
Good.
Thank you for coming in here and talking with me today.
You're welcome.
So how have you been?
Good.
And how has school been?
Good.
Good. Have you been working on controlling your impulses?
Yes.
And how's that gone?
Good.
No problems? No issues the last couple of weeks at school?
Yes.
Yes. You want to talk about some of them?
Sure.
You think talking about them helps a little bit?
No.
You don't? You don't think it helps you see things better? And helps you find things you can change? No?
No.
So, well, let's see what we can do to make them better. Okay? So what kind of things have happened?
All kinds of things.
All kinds of things, okay. Let me be a little bit more specific. Have you had anything that you've gotten in trouble for at school?
Yes.
Yes. You want to tell me about it? Please?
No.
Okay. So I know of one thing.
What?
Taking stuff to school that we shouldn't take to school.
Yeah.
Did they get you in trouble a little bit last week? Did it cause some problems with some friends? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
No.
Can you tell me why you wanted to take those things to school when you knew that it was, you would probably get in trouble for it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Is it one of those impulses? Yeah. But what happens if you take it to school and it gets lost or somebody else takes it? That wouldn't be fun, would it?
No.
How would that make you feel?
Sad.
But would you get mad at anybody, or would you get mad at yourself for taking them to school?
Both.
Both?
Yep. Kind of sounds like you should think about.
You should think about what?
What you do take to school, like don't take to school don't take cards to school, because I seen people bring Pokemon cards and the teachers had to take them away.
And I know that Mommy and Daddy have talked to you about trading things at school.
Yes.
Did they say it was maybe not such a good idea to do?
Yes.
And what would be one of the reasons of why it would not be a good idea to trade things at school?
Because if they really want it, they have to trade something they really love.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because my friend, whenever we traded, she gave me her birthday present that she really loved, so I had to give it back. Which I did.
Which you did. Bet Mommy and Daddy have told you not to trade things before. What would you call that when you did it? Were you disobedient?
Disobedient.
What made you do that?
What?
Trade when you knew it would be against Mom and Daddy's wishes.
My friend begged me every day.
Do you know what that's called?
No.
Okay, it's called peer pressure. A friend is also called a peer. And there will be lots of times that you have peer pressure. But it's not always right to do what your peers want you to, is it?
No.
So, what are some things that you can do when somebody wants you to do something that's, wouldn't make people happy?
Sit in the back.
Sit in the back? The back of what?
The bus.
That would not make people happy to sit in the back? Or is that something that keep you from getting in trouble?
Something that will keep me from not getting in trouble because I won't be by her.
You won't be by her?
Because she's only in kindergarten.
Sometimes you have to remember that you're older than a kindergarten nurse, so sometimes you know more. And you could probably, what's something you could tell her if she wanted to trade again?
Stop, and I'm not trading anymore. Stop trying to make me trade.
Okay. And could you tell her something that would be a good reason why?
Because sometimes you have to trade the thing that you love the most.
That's a good idea. Tell her she needs to go home and maybe talk to her mommy and daddy about it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That's why we stopped trading.
That was a great idea. That's how you can be better friends. Because then there won't be hurt feelings that somebody has something that the other one doesn't. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what about following directions? Have you been doing that very well lately?
No, but now I'm starting to.
Now you're starting to? What made you decide to start listening and following directions?
Because it's good to start following directions.
You're right, it is. What happens besides a mark? What could happen besides a mark when you didn't follow directions?
I could get grounded.
Grounded? What other things besides being disciplined?
Spankings.
Oh, that's a discipline. What about you miss something that the teacher says?
Science.
In science?
Flying airplanes in the hallway.
Yeah, that's something we shouldn't do. But what if the teacher was giving instructions and you weren't following the directions? Could you maybe miss something?
Yes, and I would get my smiley face for the 5 Eagle Bucks, which is an award for doing my work and listening to the teacher.
Okay. When you're following instructions, what are some of the things you should do?
Keep your hands on objects to yourself.
That's a good one. What else?
No talking when the teacher is talking.
Oh, that's a good one. You know why I think that's a good one?
Why?
Because you might know what the teacher's saying, but what if your friend next to you doesn't know?
They might miss it.
Right. And if they miss an instruction, what could happen?
They could get a mark.
A mark or...
Loser dot, which losers are 10 points for Eagle Bucks. Which we have to make as many points as we can because it would be the last time to go to the Eagle Buck store.
I see. What about they may not make a good grade because they didn't hear what the teacher said?
Or they might get a 1 on their report card.
Would you like to be the cause of that?
No.
That would make your friends really sad if they made that kind of grade, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And you make good grades.
I made a 3 on reading, which that got me an award to spend the night with my friend.
Great. So you know what it feels like to make good grades, right? So you want your friends to make
Yes.
So how can you help them?
Be quiet when the teacher's talking. And don't talk whenever they're doing a running record on reading.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't talk when the teacher's talking so they can listen to directions.
That's another good one.
Or don't talk when you're in the hallway, because if the teacher tells you somewhere to go, and you don't hear, you might get lost, and don't turn around, because you might keep the line walking, and people can pass you up and you might get lost.
Okay, those are some really good answers. What do you think is a good idea to talk when somebody's trying to concentrate on work?
No.
No?
But sometimes we're allowed to whisper.
Okay, but what if somebody's concentrating really, really hard?
Your whole table should be really quiet.
Good, that's a great answer. Because sometimes when we have to concentrate, it works better when it's quiet, doesn't it?
Yep.
Those are some good ways that you can help friends make good grades. And so, if you want to talk really, really bad and it's not time to, what do you need to do?
Zip your mouth.
Zip your mouth. What's another thing? What do you need to tell yourself?
Wait until getting on the bus.
Okay, that's a good one. Put your hand down so I can hear you. That's a good one. What else?
Tell yourself to hush.
That's a good one. You've got some great ideas.
Thank you.
These can help you, right?
Yes.
So what's some other things you can do to help yourself?
Follow directions.
Follow your directions, but I'm talking about impulses. When you really want to do something, like trade something, or talk, or act goofy in class. That's not always a good thing, is it?
No. Because when you act goofy, you might get a mark.
You're right. You might get a mark. So what can you do to make yourself go? What do you do to make yourself stop and think?
Pray.
Oh, that's a great one. Because Jesus can always help you do the things you need to do. Right?
Yes.
There's a special verse that maybe we can work on you memorizing. And when you want to do something and you don't think you can control yourself, maybe you can say it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it's Philippians 4:11. I can do all things with Christ because he gives me strength. You say it. Philippians 4:11. I can do all things with Christ that strengthens me. That means he gives you the strength from him to control
yourself.
Yeah. Do you think we can work on memorizing that? Because
Yeah.
you came up with some really good ideas. You came up with some really good ideas on what you can do to control impulses and how you can help your friends. But I know sometimes it gets really, really hard to control ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So after you stop and think about the things we talked about, like you want to help your friends so we won't talk out loud, and you want to make good grades so we'll pay attention, But when those impulses get real strong and you're going, but I want to do it, that's when you can quote your verse.
Or make up your own verse.
Well, or you can just talk to God. You said pray. You can just ask Him to help you focus your mind on something else.
Like learning.
Like learning.
Or reading.
Or reading.
Doing math.
And doing math.
Focusing.
Focusing, that's a great one. So now you have some tools to use during class, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll help you be a better student?
Yes.
And a better friend?
Yes.
Right. And it makes everybody happy. It makes you happy with yourself. It helps you keep your friends so they don't get upset with you. Right? It makes your teachers happy. And mommy and daddy happy. But most of all, it makes Jesus happy, right?
Yes.
Because you have a what inside of you?
Christ.
Yes, but He puts, what can other people see?
Goodness.
A
Caring.
light. Yes, goodness and caring. When we talk about letting your light shine through, that's part of the light, is goodness and caring. But when we don't control ourselves, or we keep our friends from learning, we're not showing that, are we?
No.
No. But that's something we always want to show. That's something you always want to show?
Yes.
Okay. So we have some things we can work on till next time, right?
Right.
Praying, memorizing your verse, and controlling yourself, right?
Right.
Okay. But thank you for coming and talking to me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time. And we'll talk next time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.